Yes, everybody, Abarth tiramisu limoncello. Yes, everyone, the Italian passion lives on. In fact, they managed to find a way around the fact that you no longer listen to the loud engines of the Abarth. Now, they have focused on their Italian passion, the passion of the design. Just look at how beautiful it is. It's so delicious to look at. It always reminds me of food whenever I see Fiat cars these days, and especially Abarth models. This looks like limoncello, everybody. Just look at the, well, yellow-green, I'd say. It's like light green. Now everyone, this is an Abarth Turismo cabriolet, but what sets this Abarth apart from other Abarth models is the fact that this is indeed electric. And when it comes to the Abarth brand, they were mainly known for the Abarth 595, which was basically a hot hatch Fiat 500 with the loud engine. The engine that was super loud, super sporty, and super fun to drive, and that too considered one of the most beautiful small cars ever built, everybody. Now it seems like in wake of the competition and high demand for electric cars, things have changed. And it should come as no surprise that this Abarth Turismo cabriolet cost 44,000 euros. Now, when it comes to the electric car question, many car manufacturers have built small cars that do arrive at a price like this. So first thing first, I want to start with the design at the front. They've resorted to writing Abarth in proud letters at the front, and there's no proud grille or anything. It's become more humble, just like the Fiat 500e. But it should be noted that Fiat Chrysler lately, and in that part of Stellantis in particular, they have developed an obsession with writing their marks in big letters. And I've noticed this with the Dodge Ram in particular. There was a time Dodge Ram was known for its proud cross at the front, but now they write Ram in proud letters at the front, which is good, but at the same time, doesn't it dilute the identity a little bit? Because writing Abarth in big letters here, that just doesn't seem very Abarth-ish. It just directly reminds me of something American in particular, but then it's not really a big deal, everybody. What's really a big deal is how they've executed it. Just look at how nice it is. You do get the Fiat 500 identity. Now you do get rear view parking cameras, everybody, but you do not get a 360-degree parking camera. But you do get parking sensors at the front and at the rear. From a distance, I was thinking these air vents were real, but they're actually fake, and there's no air intake over here, everyone. You get Abarth written here in letters, everyone. I realized that kind of remind me of what I've seen on the Fiat 500 and the Fiat 600. Now both doors get keyless entry. This is the keyless entry button. And then to open the door, there's a little button hiding right underneath over here. All right. But just beware that the door tends to be a bit light to a point where you might accidentally slam it. So you have to be very gentle when closing the door. I love those wheels, everybody. They remind me of tiramisu. I mean, look at it. It's literally tiramisu with a touch of limoncello on top, or perhaps some lemon zest. Blind spot monitoring, everyone. Now, I have been around Fiat 500 cabriolets for a long time. They're not new to me, guys. But one thing that you really should watch out for is that the cover of the cabriolet versions tend to date very badly after a couple of years. They tend to have some moss growing on them. They tend to have the paintwork that wears off. So you just have to be very careful with it in long terms, especially if we're talking about 5 years from today or 10 years from today. But if you take good care of it, it should be fine. Have it clean when necessary. Now it is time to check out the interior of the Abarth Turismo electric cabriolet. I'm not even sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, but it is a cabriolet. Look at this. You get so much air, so much space, but it is not enough to be spacious and everything. Let's see the Italian passion that's presented in the interior, the preservation of the Italian passion and the Fiat 500 heritage. Oh my goodness. But just be careful with the door. It is super hyper. I mean, a few times I accidentally slammed it. It's like, listen to this. I'm not even slamming the door and it just closes. It makes a lot of noise on me. Anyways, it's fine. Let's check out the interior. The interior is very much like the Fiat 500e, apart from the fact that you get a touch of Alcantara to remind you that this is indeed sporty. So Alcantara seats with a nice Abarth logo onto it. It's very interesting. You even get it on the headrest. Sporty seats. It's really interesting how they've gone about it. Wow, this is great. And the steering wheel has a lot of Alcantara on it. Now, that is too much Alcantara in my opinion. I mean, Alcantara on the steering wheel, good grip, but then on a sunny day or when your hands are a bit sweaty, in long terms it can do a bit of wear. So just be careful that your hands are not sweaty when touching the Alcantara on the steering wheel. Otherwise, you get a nice blue line over there to remind you that this is a, well, you know, to keep it straight when looking ahead. This is really helpful. Now, steering adjustments. You can move it up, down, in and out, and you do not get electric seating adjustments, unfortunately. You get manual seating adjustments, but wait. Are you kidding me? Okay, the manual seating adjustment to move my seat front and backwards is very firm for some reason. And this is 44,000 euros. I would have expected electric seating adjustments, honestly. And then I like how you get the beautiful quality, the Alcantara, the leather, they aim to remind you that you're driving something sporty, but then the window buttons look exactly like what I've seen on the Fiat 500. They look very budget to me. Look at this. Even the door handle is budget. Oh my goodness, the door itself is hard plastic. So it's like the steering wheel blindfolded, it'll make you think that you're in a sports car, but then the rest of the interior is different. The infotainment system is quite interesting. In fact, I have a suspicion that this entire area may be from PSA Group, because the rectangular infotainment system is usually a PSA Group thing. So it's like usually Peugeot, Citroën having it. And then you get the piano effect right here. Again, looks like it's probably from PSA Group, but then that should be no surprise since it is Stellantis, and Stellantis is Fiat Chrysler and PSA Group together in a marriage. Okay, for transmission, you get buttons, but same thing on the Fiat 500e. It's good. And you get a wireless telephone recharge, and oh look, there's a nice town right there. Speaking of town, you get reminded into the door that it is made in Torino. Now, it isn't enough to look stylish, all right? We do have to cover practicality, and because this is a cabriolet, I see something very contradictory. For some reason, there's no place for me to put my sunglasses. Where do I put my sunglasses on a sunny day when driving a cabriolet, guys? Where? There's no glasses holder for some reason. And then also, you get this huge lump of plastic right here that does not seem to have a single purpose whatsoever. There's no charging port, it doesn't open or anything. But you do get a glove box, and the glove box is deep, which is good. But it is plastic, guys. And then also just look at this. And the central console storage is narrow. But you do get additional storage space down here with a 12-volt socket, 2 charging port, and a cup holder that is a fixed size, but it's very small and it's deep buried down there, guys. Now, when it comes to cup holders, it should be noted that the Italian car manufacturers and the French car manufacturers, they never really had the best of cup holders, historically speaking. Which is why it doesn't come as a surprise for this Fiat 500, Abarth Turismo, indeed. Now, to open the door, you get 2 solutions. You get the button right here, and you get a latch down there. I think this is your emergency in case the button stops working. Clever, but at the same time, do you really need 2 solutions to open the door? Now, when it comes to the door, you get a door bin that's, I can confirm, it cannot fit a big water bottle for sure, but it can maybe have a small water bottle. It's very small over there, but then there's additional space in the corner, which is good for cards or papers or letters. That's about it, everybody. And there's one last good news I have for all of you. The front seat gets ISOFIX fittings. So in order to move the seats front, you just have to pull this blue strap, which looks nice, by the way. I like the presentation of it. But when it comes to the practicality at the back seat, everyone, there's not much going on. That's all I can say. There's a coat hook up there, and that's it. You get backseat pockets too, but there's no cup holder anywhere to be seen in the back, guys. Because this is an Abarth Turismo Cabriolet, the door opens in this manner, but it's not very simple to open it. So I think you just have to push the button and then you pull it from underneath. Now, as expected, the boot space is not very spacious, everybody. But it doesn't come as a surprise to me. There's a 12-volt socket in there. And the entrance to the boot space is quite narrow, so if you have a big luggage, it's going to be challenging, but I think the solution is to move the back passenger seats down. That would be the solution. Yep. So here's my conclusion of the Abarth Turismo Cabriolet, everybody. I have to say that this has to be one of the most promising electric cars released by Stellantis, and let alone one of the most promising electric cars in the A segment. everybody. This is something desirable, this is something beautiful, and that too, make no mistakes, it is a cabriolet. It is very interesting to look at. It's like limoncello tiramisu. But then we arrive at a very big question. For a price of 44,000 euros, is this Abarth Turismo electric cabriolet good value for money or not? I have to say that for a price of 44,000 euros, it's very debatable what exactly is going on. If you are an Abarth fanboy and you really want to stick to Abarth cars and you really have to choose something that's electric indeed, this is the car for you. But if you want to really think practically, like if you really want to think about space and the value for money, like how much practicality are you getting, how much equipment are you getting, and also the design, the style, this car ticks all boxes when it comes to the design. It is beautiful. It is like tiramisu, it is like limoncello. But then when it comes to the practicality and also the value for money, the equipment list, the Fiat 600 appears to make more sense. Or even the Fiat 500e for that reason alone. No, I'm not done yet, guys. I love this limoncello tiramisu. It is so delicious. I love it so much. Forget it. This is not an Abarth Turismo. This is an Abarth tiramisu, okay? Abarth tiramisu limoncello. This is what I'm calling it. Because it's a cabriolet version too, so why not? So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.